Good morning, Tea Tribe. Welcome to the Morning Tea. If you're new here, of course, I'm Alex Schiffman, and here is my wonderful, amazing co-host, Courtney Revolution. How are you doing today, Courtney?
Good morning, Alex. Good morning to the Tea Tribe, and especially a hot good morning to our sis, Wesley, because, Alex, you know what day it is, girl. It's What Wesley Say Wednesday.
Oh, I know what day it is, and I am ready to hear everything Wesley has got to say today because we have some hot tea. I mean, this is some breaking news. Of course, our headline from today, we're talking about Jake Paul and his house being raided. We will get to that later in the show, but we have a lot to discuss before then. So how was your night, Courtney? How was your Tuesday night?
It was a good Tuesday, Alex. You know, I'm minding my own business. I know I keep saying this, and I don't want to lie and be like I else, but I did get a lot of work done, and I watched lots of Alicia. You know what? Here's something I didn't do. I've been trying to block out some time to catch up on Real Housewives of Potomac. Haven't found the time yet, so maybe I'll do that today, Alex. What'd you do yesterday?
Yeah. Well, I caught up. She ran a lot of errands. I had a doctor's appointment, some boring adulting stuff, and I caught up on my Love Island UK, of course. It is getting pretty steamy on that show, and it gets good about the fifth or sixth episodes. There's 40 of them, by the way, so you need a lot of time to binge them. But it's starting to get to that episode, and I am so excited to see all the drama unfold. But yeah, so I did a little adulting like you, and then binged my Love Island UK.
Well, come on, girl. Pit, radio, girl.
Yes. Good morning to the Tea Tribe, of course. We have so much to talk about. Courtney, do you know, speaking of binging, Big Brother premieres tonight, which is very, very exciting. Yeah, so the show is celebrating its 20th anniversary, and this cast is a cast of all-stars. So the host, Julie Chen Moonves, told EW Live on SiriusXM that season 1 was terrible. She said that everyone knows they called her the Chenbot. So she deserved that name because she was robotic. She came from a news background. She says, I'm going to be really straight with no personality. She had no personality on season 1. Of course, she's coming to her own. And I absolutely love Julie Chen. I mean, I love her she used to be on The Talk as well. And I think she has a great personality. So it's just interesting to see that she was called the Chenbot originally. Isn't that crazy?
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, it takes time for people to come into their own. So I mean, season 1 of Big Brother, it was a whole different show than it is, tonight we're doing All Stars, girl. So it's come a long way. So I'm sure, Julie coming from the background of just giving the news, she found her way. And now I can't really imagine American Big Brother without Julie Chen. Now, Alex, I have not seen every episode of American Big Brother. I'm a really big fan of Big Brother Canada. So I want to say shout out to their host, Arissa Cox, because I love her. She's excellent. And also, y'all, just in case you are wondering, she's Black.
Well, that is wonderful. I actually haven't seen that Big Brother. I've seen one episode of the American one, but I know they have a massive fan base. I know everyone loves the show. So maybe I'll catch on this season. Of course, All Stars are always great to see because they've been around forever. They don't have that new kind of uncomfortable feeling. They know each other. And so it'll be really entertaining. But I'm interested to see what they'll do with kind of the whole, COVID thing going on, because we know with shows like The Bachelorette, it's been reported that they're going to test them every day. And Julie actually said that they're probably going to be safer because they're technically quarantined together in one location. So it's actually a very safe place to be at this moment.
It's like a big house of quarantine. Right? I imagine anyway, that they probably quarantined maybe 2 weeks or a week before tonight. And, they'll probably, like you said, they'll be tested all the time. I'm sure the crew will be tested all of the time. So I'm not worried. It's other shows like, like The Challenge and stuff, Alex, where they constantly have to be around people and the cameramen are so close. Big Brother, girl, the cameras is up in the house, girl. The cameras is in the little flower pot over there. So you don't have to really worry too much about the camera people. So shout out to Big Brother for still continuing our summer. Because for a lot of people, Alex, the summer don't start until Julie said, "I'm Julie said, and this Big Brother," and everyone goes, "Woo!" So summer's starting tonight, y'all. Get ready.
I love it. Actually, a friend of mine was a producer on the show, so I should, watch some seasons and give her some support. But maybe this will be my season. I'm going to be a Big Brother fan this season. Of course, I love reality shows and I love cameras and drama. So let's do it.
You'll like it. All right. You'll like it. You like Love Island. You'll like Big Brother, Alex. 2 long shows. A lot of episodes in Big Brother too.
I can't wait. But T-Tribe, let us know, are you excited for Big Brother this season? And also, let us know where you're watching from. We know that we have T-Tribe members from all over the world. So let us know in the chat where you're watching from. We love to hear all of that. And then, Courtney, speaking of some more shows and updates, we have an update on the Bachelorette star, Claire Crawley, and her storyline. So it's still unconfirmed which contestant Claire has given her heart to. A source to E! News says the sparks between the two were there from the very beginning. The insider also says everyone is under the impression they began communicating before filming. So the now lover got her first impression rose, and that basically was that. So the insider also notes that despite Claire falling for one of her contestants early, the cameras are still capturing her love story. Another source says Tayshia has already been introduced to Claire's men, but believes ABC will bring in new contestants who were backups, so to speak. So the cameras are still rolling on Claire's love story. Tayshia is getting Claire's men and backups. I mean, what is going on? How did Claire and this man meet before? Courtney, there is a lot we got to talk about. How do you feel about
Alex, this? Yesterday, I don't know if you remember yesterday, Alex, but something had happened where you had said something and we had got caught up in a moment. And I said, you know what, let me not read the chat and go in on this person that I had saw. And some of it was because I had felt strongly about it. And some of it was because we didn't have all of the answers. Now, there was a comment in the chat yesterday by someone that was upset by another one of the T-Tribe members saying that they didn't want to watch Tayshia go through the white woman leftovers. And then there was someone that was like heavily offended that she said that. But Alex, you, the queen, Alex Schiffman, you done already just told us that Tayshia is going to be, allegedly, as we see right now, getting into some of the white woman leftovers. So I don't really like that. And I don't really see what the problem is calling it white woman leftovers. What I want to say to that point, Alex, is do you see what I mean about it feeling a little bit stunty? It seems like they're scrambling. You know what I mean? Y'all should, if this was planned, to me, Alex, and I don't know a lot about how The Bachelor's production works, right? But if this was a story that you wanted to tell of like, we gotcha, surprise, we got the black girl in the back and we're gonna, tell a different story. I wish that they would have had a whole new roster of men for her waiting in the wings so that it could have been, executed in a way that was a little less, to me, an outsider, stunty, Yeah,
I hear what you're saying. I think, to your point, this was unexpected. I think that, the show is about kind of fighting for your contestant to win. It's a big part of the show. And if the person is already obviously in love with someone, by the way, we do have a little speculation who it is. His name is Dale Moss. He's a former NFL player, host, model. He is hot, let me just say, and I'm happy for her. It's also reported that they may actually be engaged. So her love story has, already been confirmed, so to speak. And there's no one wants to watch someone that only loves one person. You want to root for yours. And that's a big part of the show as a fan. So I hear what you're saying about stunty, but I really think that this was unexpected and they just realized that this isn't good television. And Tayshia was one of the rumored bachelorettes before Claire was chosen. So I think and I'm not not agreeing with what you're saying or defending it. I'm just saying that Tayshia in herself is going to be an amazing bachelorette. So no matter what the reasoning is behind it, I agree with you. She shouldn't get the leftovers. They should recast and give her a whole new group of amazing men that she deserves to find love with as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Claire's guys should go home. Sorry.
It's such a great moment that they're trying to bring, but it's like, if you're going, the way I feel, Alex, I guess at the end of the day is, if you're going to do it right. And they ain't doing it right. However, this, I guess, let's say this as a final thought.
Yeah.
This is a learning curve. They certainly won't execute it like this again, Alex. I'll tell you that much. They're going to make sure the next Black or person of color, whether she's Asian, whether she's Mexican, whatever she is, that she has a fresh pick of the litter. A fresh new box of kittens over there.
I think that's definitely an important point. I think that they should definitely recast, bring in new people, because I know personally, if I was Tayshia and I was coming in and these men were all here for Claire and they thought Claire was the bachelorette and then they didn't get chosen, I mean, I wouldn't want to be left with the rest of the men. I would want them to recast and give me the men that I deserve. Do you know what I mean? Like, I hear you about that. So I hope the producers do that. And again, I'm excited to watch Tayshia. This has never happened in Bachelor history. So that one time they showed up with 2 bachelorettes, which was weird. And then they had to vote which one they wanted to stay. That was weird in general. This, I just think it happened and they're figuring out a plan, and Tayshia makes sense. They're hearing everyone's concerns about having more diversity on the show. At least, you know, that's the goal at the end of the day. And this will kind of do some of that for people that want to see more of that. And me as well. I'm excited. So yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about it and we'll let everyone know how, those that don't watch, I'll give you the updates. Because, you know, I love girl. Yes, I'm excited. But let's talk about what we have on the show today, because if you just arrived, of course, we give a lowdown of everything we'll be discussing on the show. There is a lot of tea to spill. First up, our girl Selena Gomez has a big announcement on her beauty line that we have been anticipating for months. And it doesn't stop there. We're going to talk about the new collab with Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B. Of course, I'm sure some of the T Tribe has heard that news. We still got to talk about it because we are very excited. Then we figure out if Marshmallow's cryptic hello Instagram post is about possibly Demi Lovato. There may be another collab in the works. And then we're talking about Travis Scott dropping his next album. We're done with Astroworld and we may be moving on to something new. Stay tuned for that. We also have the latest on the Ellen DeGeneres drama, the latest update. It's not getting canceled anytime soon. So we'll tell you all about that. Plus our couples Thera-Tea, of course, our Car Jenner Tea Time, and the latest story, breaking news that is making us say, oh my, OMT and OMG and all the other acronyms you can say about this, because I can't even believe this is happening. Let's get into it because we have a lot to talk to. I think, Courtney, it is time to pour up that hot water and let's spill that tea, because I can't even. I am just so excited. We have a big show today, so cheers to that.
Cheers, girl. Bam.
Cheers.
Let's waste no time, girl.
Waste no time.
Get into it, girl.
Actually, before we get into it, let's put that tea down and let's do a little 5, 6, 7, 8.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya. Miss Mika, she on fleeka. Miss Mika, she loves the tea, ya. And we see ya. Miss Mika, go Mika, go Mika, go Mika. Happy What Wesley Say Wednesday to Mika. It's always nice to meet ya. Hey, girl. Yes.
Happy What Wesley Say Wednesday to Mika. I mean, we, of course, are so excited to see our T-Tribe members back for more. So let's get started. It's time to spill some tea. We have all the hot topics that are buzzing on the internet right now. Of course, Leo just rolled the title card for You Missed It. These are all the stories that you may have missed over the night. We got them for you. First up is Some beauty news from our girl Selena. So get those crowns in the chat because this is exciting news. One of the most highly anticipated celebrity beauty brands finally has a release date. It's been 6 months since Selena, of course, first announced that she will be launching Rare Beauty, and she's been teasing us here and there. She has shared behind-the-scenes selfies, giving us a peek of what the makeup collection can do. But now we finally know when we will be able to experience those products ourselves. Drum roll, please, Courtney, because Selena will be launching Rare Beauty on September 3rd. So this is very exciting. Selenators here today. If you go to the brand's Instagram, you can sign up for even more details about the launch and have them directly sent to your email. Rare Beauty products will be available exclusively at Sephora's. This is a big deal. So anyone that is an Ulta fan or any other can't find it, only at Sephora. Let's take a listen to a portion of the video Selena posted on Rare Beauty's official Instagram where she talks about the brand right here.
I live in a time where it's all about face, it's all about makeup, it's all about how you look in a lot of ways, and that can be exciting and fun, but at the same time it can just be a bit dangerous. So I wanted people to feel like makeup is something you can enjoy. It's not something that you need. And I felt like that's kind of who I am. I'm very authentic. I'm very real with my fans. So I'm excited that I got to venture into this. And any girl, woman, boy, whoever they are can just, feel beautiful just exactly how they are.
Yes, so that's what she had to say. What a beautiful little message she brought there. Do you think the brand is a true reflection of her, authentic and very real as the Selena we know?
I guess for me, Alex, I need to see the products. I need to see the products and how they perform and how they look on people and how Selena is going to really officially use the products before I can say, oh yeah, that's true to Selena, or I don't know, girl. We're going to have to see. I'm curious to find out though, because Selena puts out a good product.
Me too. And I love what she said, makeup is something you can enjoy. It's not something you need. So I love that she said that, I love my glam when I need it, but when I'm not here, I am barefaced and casual because it's not something you need. It's something you enjoy and want to, express yourself through your makeup. That and I the brand's name because we got a lot of beauty brands. We have so many we can't even choose from, So I hope this is some good stuff, niche stuff, and a reflection of her because I believe she's authentic and very real and someone I definitely look up to in the celebrity world. But excited. T-Tribe, let us know. Will you be buying Rare Beauty? Are you excited? Do you think the brand will be a reflection of Selena? Let us know. Let us know. I'm very, very excited. So now topping the music news, of course, Courtney, Meg Thee Stallion, and Cardi B are releasing a new song together titled WAP. And it's releasing this Friday. The collab comes months after Meg teamed up with Beyonce for a remix of her hit Savage. And then, Meg obviously loves a collab because in 2019, the anthem was Hot Girl Summer with Nicki. So take a look at how Meg and Cardi made the announcement on Instagram. I mean, how cute. I loved this. Look how much they resemble each other. I never put this together until I saw them back to back. And then, of course, I noticed Cardi's tat. But at first, I thought it was two Cardis. So I love this. I love their hair. I love the pink. It brings this, female empowerment vibe. And I hope that's what's going on. The news comes months after Meg squashed the speculation that she and Cardi were beefing. Of course, we know when any new female rapper comes on the scene, people just love to speculate. Did you ever think there was beef between the two? And what do you think the song's going to sound like?
There was never any beef because Megan has been literally tearing her hair out since she's come out saying that she's not that kind of person and not that kind of artist. As far as what the song is like, I'm not really sure. I'm not a Cardi B fan and I don't really listen to her music like that. So who knows, y'all? I am excited for y'all because I know you guys are all really excited. I have it all muted on all of my social media. So this is maybe the third time I've seen the photograph of the cover art because it was just like excessively all over my social media. So girl, I muted it. Shout out to Megan Thee Stallion because I do support her, and I definitely support someone that is about her money. There are, of course, people that are upset that she's working with Cardi B, but at the end of the day, y'all don't control Megan Thee Stallion's pockets. So when the phone rings and someone says, hey, we need Megan Thee Stallion on the verse, she gets in the booth and she writes the verse. So shout out to Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, and you know what? I kind of enjoy the timing of this because, of course, we know Meg has been through a lot over the past few weeks, and just having, you know, some female support, however you feel about Cardi, she needs friends and support and good music right now around her. And so I kind of like, you know, it may just be a coincidence, but I like that this is happening right now, that she's releasing new music with some support next to her, you know, and some confident woman. So I like it. I'm excited to hear it, and we'll definitely report back after it drops because this is exciting. But there could be another collab in the works, Courtney, because not only is Cardi B and Meg dropping something, but Marshmello posted a cryptic teaser on Instagram that seemingly references Demi. She may actually be in the photo in the right corner. Yesterday, the producer posted this image of himself on the phone. So right there in the right corner, she's kind of like, you know, can't really see it, is Demi. So he posted first with the caption, hello, Demi. So fans highly doubt he's referring to Demi Moore. So it's got to be Demi Lovato, right? He had some collabs with her in the past, but they were never released. So in 2017, Love Don't Let Me Go was registered, but never released. So that could possibly be the collab. But here's the twist. Last night, he edited the caption to just say hello. He took out Demi. So what do you think is happening? Why would he change the caption? Did Demi call him and say no because she's too in love?
Maybe there's a song already made and there's a video already made, and he thought he was being discreet with that tease, and then everyone figured it out. That's what I'm thinking. I don't think Demi called him and was like, I'm not doing no song with you. I think that, you know, he was trying to be cute and got caught.
Yeah, I mean, I love his collabs. I love his song with Halsey. I think Here With Me was another one of my favorite collabs. So I think, you know, this is his specialty. And of course, Demi, we love her music too. So this would be, I'm sure this song would be great. I'm excited to hear it. And it is just interesting. Celebrities do this all the time. They like tease and then they edit. And then, you know, Justin Bieber is king of this. So this is not crazy that he edited the caption, but I think too many people were figuring it out. It wasn't really a tease anymore. You know what I mean? So he's like, all right.
Spoiler.
Yeah, it was a spoiler. Exactly. But listen, today's tea has so many rumors and clues. We have even more clues about new music because our next story is about Travis Scott. And he has been hinting that he may take us from Astroworld to Utopia. So get this, Travis celebrated the 2-year anniversary of his album Astroworld yesterday and penned a thank you note to his fans while also potentially teasing the name of his next album. So the handwritten note posted on Twitter said, Happy Astroversary. That's a mouthful. A 2-year ride that's still one of my favorites. This album means so much to me. Then he said, to everyone that bumps and rages to that soundtrack, I love you. Let's keep the ride going. See you in Utopia. Fans have speculated that Utopia could be the title, of course, of Travis's upcoming album. Back on July 7th, he posted a photo of him in a one-piece racing suit with the caption Utopia. Travis Scott fans will remember that. Travis has been cooking up a bunch of new music through quarantine. In May, he dropped the Kid Cudi collab. And this collab debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. So it's unclear when he plans to drop Utopia, but do you think this has to be his next album, right, Courtney? T-Tribe, let us know in the chat. Do you think this is Travis's next album?
I imagine. I mean, Travis Scott loves to take us to another world, girl. Right. So go on. I think that that's great, once again, for the fans, because I'm sure that in quarantine, they've been playing his stuff out and they're thirsty for something new. And Travis Scott loves to elevate his music with every release. So it's gonna sound something different. It's gonna sound like something probably we haven't heard from him before. So shout out to Travis Scott. Are y'all going to Utopia? I'm at Chromatica still, and I'm not coming. So I'm curious. Are y'all gonna listen to Travis Scott's newest release?
Yeah, what I'm excited to see is, of course, Astroworld had his documentary. Will there be a Utopia documentary? Are there going to be some collabs? Because Astroworld, we had Drake, we had Frank Ocean, we had The Weeknd, we had a lot of good, amazing collabs. So I hope he does that again because I love a collab. Let's see how many times I can say collab in this show today, Courtney. Let's have a little timer that says collabs, and we're just gonna ding ding every time I say it. But there's a lot of music. We're excited. T-Tribe, are you excited for Travis's new Scott? 901 Erica says, let's go, Mr. Travis.
Damn.
Keisha wants to know if, Courtney, you're still using the watermelon face wash because you are glowing and flawless.
I am no longer using, I won't say the brand, but I'm no longer using that watermelon face wash, Alex, because for those of y'all that know what brand I'm talking about, they did something I did not like to a peer of theirs in the community. And if you saw my Instagram story that day, you know exactly what they did. So to answer your question, I am not. But Alex, not I do want to very quickly a skincare brand that I do love a lot. I love Paula's Choice. So that's what we're using, girls. Paula's Choice. Toner great. And PCA skin as well.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. Tell me more. It's good?
Paula's Choice is so good, Alex. I feel like if you're taking it one step above drugstore, I would say that's where Paula's Choice lies. She has just every kind of product you can think of. The toner, girl, make my pore, girl, shrunk them. This time you don't see not a pore. That's why you're saying I look like I'm glowing, because Miss Paula and all of her choices done got my nose together, y'all. See, listen, I might have to do a skincare video on my own channel, Alex. You never know, girl. I might got to pull out some tricks. Girl. I might got to pull out the dagger. Yeah. You know. What are we talking about now?
We're talking about all your products. That's what we're talking about. Because, no, I love to hear about a new product, especially skincare. We know our skin's important. But it is very, very exciting to always learn about a new skincare product. Mm-hmm. But some tea Alex, that's getting spilled from, yes.
I don't want to. Yes. I'm so sorry, y'all. I don't mean to laugh at you. It was just the most random thing in the chat. We are praying for you, Jake. You are a good man. I just wanted to make sure y'all all knew that someone in the chat just said that. I didn't mean to interrupt Alex.
No worries. Speaking of the chat, Courtney, I got to shout out because in the house right now, we have Utah, Chicago, Louisville, Las Vegas, and New Jersey. So we are covering the entire United States. So thank you, of course, for joining us this morning. We are here every morning at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. So excited to see people from all over. But the tea keeps spilling, and now we're talking about the former Queen of Nice, so to speak. The Ellen Show is expected to return. So there is even a return date when Ellen is back on the set, despite all the controversy. On Monday, the staff of the Ellen Show will return to work remotely after several weeks of summer hiatus. They are gearing up for the start of the 18th season in September. Executives are ensuring employees that Ellen will continue as host. So Ellen's DJ Tony, I don't know if you followed the Ellen Show for years. Of course, Twitch is now the DJ, but back in the day, he spoke out against the show. He was there for a total of 9 years over 2 stints. He did not offer any examples of toxic behavior, but addressed the need for a healthier and more inclusive workplace on the show. He stands with his former colleagues after a number of them said producers perpetuated a toxic work environment that included bullying. But finally more stars are coming out. So the latest is Katy Perry became the first big name celebrity to defend Ellen. She tweeted, quote, "I know I can't speak for anyone else's experience besides my own, but I want to acknowledge that I have only never had positive takeaways from my time with Ellen. I think we all have witnessed the light and continual fight for equality that she has brought to the world through her platform and decades." Kevin Hart also added his support, writing on Instagram, quote, "I have known Ellen for years, and I can honestly say that she's one of the dopest people on the planet. She has treated my family and my team with love and respect from day one. Love you for life, Ellen." The most unlikely ally was Senator Ted Cruz, who tweeted, quote, "I don't know Ellen, but the whole scandal looks like an exercise in cancel culture trying to destroy her." So there's still no comment from one of her closest celebrity friends, A-list celebrity Jennifer Aniston. She was actually her very first guest on the show when it debuted in 2003. So what do you think about this? Are you glad celebrities are speaking out? Or do you think that, silence is a bigger message, Courtney?
They need to be quiet. I want to ask you, Alex Schiffman, and also T-Tribe members a question. Why should we, the commoners, care about what a celebrity says about another celebrity who has allegedly mistreated other commoners? Why should we care about their opinion when they're a celebrity 9 times out of 10 going to be a guest on Ellen's show? So of course she's going to treat you different than Courtney with his Old Navy polo in the office. You get what I'm saying? So why should we even care? I'm not even listening.
Right. I agree. I think
it just comes off very tone deaf.
Yeah, I hear the stance from a friend. If Ellen was your friend, and in general, and your friend did something wrong, I see why they feel the need to step up and support. So I understand that point of it. However, I mean, just like Senator Ted Cruz, he says, "I don't know Ellen," but it's like, if you don't know, then you probably shouldn't be saying anything. You know what I mean? These aren't your experiences. And of course, these allegations are nothing to take lightly. But I think it's better, even if you are in support of her, it's better to be silent, because at this point, we don't know the truth. And until the truth is out there, there's no point in talking about your own experiences, because that's not part of the allegation, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Alex, real quick, I want to try to really drive this home before we transition out of this particular topic. Celebrities speaking up to defend Ellen, that's very much like the principal of a school doing something real sketchy to a student, and the student comes out and says, "Hey, this happened to me." And all of the parents come out and they're like, "Well, that principal was always nice to me at the PTA meeting." Well, yeah, of course, the principal gonna be nice to you. The kid go to the school and the child still had something happen to them. So, it's like no one asked y'all. It would be a question that's better suited towards the children, right, Alex? And
right.
T-Tribe? So
it is interesting.
I got to say, girl, I know I don't.
Right. It is interested in today's age of social media, because people expect it at this point. Like if they know that you are a supporter of this person or their friend publicly or their ex publicly, they expect a statement. I feel like in social media days. So I get why they feel the need to speak up, because people are looking for it. I'm sure they're getting DMs and comments and supporters of Ellen are like, where's your comment? However, personally, I think that I would wait until the investigation is done and there's some truth that comes out before I stand up and support, because you never know. And like you said, these are celebrity friends. These are A-listers. These are someone that, the industry is small. So everyone is nice to each other to an extent. But
I really a golden rule I want to let y'all know is do not ever allow yourselves to be bullied by people on the internet, period. I don't let y'all bully me on the internet, some of y'all. And I definitely wouldn't let who's that over there celebrity try to convince me that I need to put out a statement.
Right.
I just really wanted to say that, Alex. I'll be damned if I let one of y'all, not the T-Tribe, but one of y'all out there on the internet be like, "You have to do this," because they've done that before, Alex. When it comes to this specific program, they've been like, "You better," And girl, I done sat up here and said, well, anyway, we're talking about this today and kept it pushing.
Exactly.
You're
Yeah.
person. I just want to remind y'all that we all have choices and you can always choose.
Right. And at the end of the day, choose what's right. And if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. You know, we can't also, not defending them, but if they truly feel that it's important to make this statement in support of Ellen and they feel strongly about that, they have that right as well. So, but until then, Courtney, we got to get into our couples Thera-Tea because it's time for us to give a little tough love. Because today there is an apology and some new lover news. So as a therapist say, start the time, as our love therapists say, start the time for couples Thera-Tea right now. Let's start with Tiffany Haddish confirming her romance with Common. So this is some interesting news. On Steve-O's podcast, Wild Ride, she said, it's the best relationship I've ever been in. Then said, knock on wood, I've lost 20 pounds since I've been in this relationship. Then she dropped a bomb and said, I'm just way happier. And it's like knowing I got somebody that cares about me, that really has my back. It seems like he does anyway, and I love it. I love him, she said. Love, the big L word. Fans have been speculating about the couple. They have popped up together at Zoom parties and flaunted their romance on Questlove's Instagram Live birthday celebration for Janet Jackson back in May. They also snapped Black Lives Matter protest rally in LA with Meg Thee Stallion. They snapped a photo there. This might be TMI, but Tiffany, in a way only Tiffany can, explained they've been tested for COVID and are clear. So yeah, we've been ... So everyone can infer what that means, but they've been having a lot of fun, some sleepless nights, and this news makes me very excited. Of course, part of Tiffany's act is being this single lady and confident woman, and I don't need anyone. Very self-deprecating. So I'm interested to see how this will kind of change her comedy and her whole act. But everyone deserves love. I am a huge fan of Tiffany Haddish, and I'm happy she's with Common. I mean, I think that this is a fun couple, an interesting couple. I'm excited to see it kind of develop. What do you think, Courtney?
I think they look cute together. Tiffany's fun and she's lovely, personable, and friendly. And I feel like Common is just sort of like and peaceful, so they probably balance each other out really well. So if she's happy, I'm happy. Go off. Right.
He's more like into it, more calm and more of not an introvert, but you know, he's more low key than Tiffany is. So like you said, I think that's a good point. They definitely will balance each other. We always, you know, they say opposites attract, so we'll see. Wesley, we have to so Wesley is queen, so he is a Tiffany fan. So that's what he's saying right now. But let's get into our next story. We need to switch gears a bit because this is a more serious topic. So it appears that Ryan Reynolds has the remorsefuls over his venue choice for his 2012 wedding to Blake Lively. So he expressed this regret in an interview with Fast Company. Courtney, I don't know if you remember where they had their wedding. It was on a former plantation in South Carolina. Ryan acknowledged the venue's Ryan acknowledged the venue's racist and tragic history and called the choice of location a giant effing mistake. Ironically, the plantation, called Boone Hall, also famously appeared in Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling's romantic comedy 2004 movie, The Notebook. So in May of this year, the couple donated $200,000 to the NAACP, as well as releasing a statement which read, quote, "We're ashamed that in the past we've allowed ourselves to be uninformed about how deeply rooted systemic racism is." Courtney, do you think it's too late to apologize for their choice of the wedding venue? Or do you think they handled it appropriately? How do you feel about this?
You know what? I'm glad that they apologized, Alex. I just have to, I'm really, and I feel like I almost kind of like waste my energy. Trying to think like, y'all say, okay, well, the scenery is great. This is like the perfect area. And I guess it's all about perspective, because when I look at something like that, all I think about is slaves. So it's very unfortunate that even as soon as 2012, people are like, okay with that. You get what I'm saying? Because it just is very unsettling. I got to be honest. I have never been able to look at Gossip Girl the same way again. I don't even think I've seen Deadpool all the way.
Right.
It don't right with my spirit. I ain't even gonna lie. Sorry, people that are upset that we're talking about race, but I'm not. I live for it. Fantastic that there was an apology, Alex. At least.
Right.
But hey, how do y'all feel about a Tea Tribe? Will you accept an apology from someone getting married at the slave house?
Yeah, I will say that the point about this being the kind of set of the Notebook probably felt romantic to them. However, I appreciate their apology. I think it was an honest mistake. And I believe that them giving a donation shows a lot of growth. And I think that's part of this whole entire movement is educating ourselves and apologizing for the past and understanding where the future should go. So I think that this says that in this story. And I truly believe that their apology is genuine and it was a huge mistake. And now they know and they made their statement and we can move forward, hopefully, from this. But yeah, I think they handled this well. But T-Tribe, let us know how you feel about the story, of course, in the chat and in the comments. We love to hear all your thoughts. But let's move on to this Kristen Cavallari news, some lighter news. Kristen just posted this dreamy Instagram throwback. So is it new or is it old? We don't know, but fans are obsessed. So she posted this photo hanging with her ex and former Laguna Beach co-star, Stephen Colletti. She captioned the photo 2004 or 2020. Now remember, Kristen just announced about 4 months ago now she was divorcing Jay Cutler. Kristen and her ex would appear on the reality show Very Cavallari, but she decided not to return for a 4th season after she announced her divorce. So back to the photo with her ex, Stephen. Now Kristen's single, Stephen's single. Do you think she's getting back with her former Laguna Beach co-star? Or do you think that, she was just playing with all of us and knew that this would cause up a stir?
Alex, that is nothing about nothing. Shout out to them. It was a cute, nostalgic moment. You know what I mean? It was like cute for fans of the show. Shout out to Kristen. I'm glad that she's not miserable. That's where I guess my concern is. Because I've never been just fan of her. But I know that divorce could have went real left. So I'm glad that she is seemingly happy. And why not? Steven. Girl, I thought y'all was donezo, girl. I ain't forget, girl.
Right. I'm excited to kind of see where this goes. Of course, I was Team LC, the good girl. Kristen was kind of like the villain. They both were in love with Steven. It was this ongoing love triangle. So the younger Alex is like, hey, where's LC? But the older Alex wants to see Kristen happy and in love again. And of course, her marriage didn't work out. I know she's going through a lot of pain. But get this, Courtney, the latest update on this is Jay Cutler's Instagram has now vanished. This just happened. So he didn't really have an Instagram. He had an Instagram called If I Was Jay Cutler. And we don't necessarily know if he posted or who posted. It's kind of like the Rob Kardashian thing. However, we know Rob has gained control back. But yeah, so maybe he's getting a lot of DMs and people sharing this news. But we will just wait and see.
We got to keep our eye on that. Because I don't want to send them on the hills. I'll tell you that.
Right. I know. Everyone says, not everyone. Some people are saying it looks Photoshop. Brittany says, I like Kristen, whatever makes her happy. Caitlin says, all I can hear is Steven right now. Fans of the show will know. That's how Kristen referred to Steven. So Caitlin said, I wanted her side bang so bad in high school. Listen, I still have a little side bang, so. So we're still here in 2020, Caitlin. But I think it's that time to turn down the volumes, Courtney, because we got to talk about our Car Jenner Tea Time. So take it away. Let's do this.
Alrighty, you guys, if you're all set for all of the tea from behind the Kyle Jenner gates, be sure to turn your volumes down for Kyle Jenner Tea Time! Hello to everyone in my studio, which is no one, just myself.
Yes, we got a lot to talk about. Let's start with Kim, Kanye, and the pastor who married them. So we know that things, of course, didn't go so well for Kim and Kanye in Wyoming because we saw Kim sobbing in the car and she came back to California alone. We now know that Kim, Kanye, and the family are on a trip. What we are learning is that the pastor that married them will be joining the trip. This appears to be an effort by Kim to salvage the marriage. The pastor's name is Rich Wilkerson Jr. I'm sure you guys have seen him. I know Bieber has done things with him before. He's a great friend of the couple. An insider to The Sun said Kim is hoping an intervention will help Kanye. So about the trip, sources with direct knowledge have told TMZ the family is describing that this is like a fortress. So apparently it's so remote, it's virtually impossible for trespassers to get close, meaning no paparazzi will be able to capture any photos. I think they'll still figure it out, but let's just wait and see. The source also says that this will not be a quick trip, so they'll be there for a minute. The Kardashians, of course, are famously known for being photographed everywhere, but apparently there'll be no photos. So the same source says Kim wanted to bring her mom, but didn't want Kanye to feel like he was being pressured. Do you think it's good Chris isn't there? I do. What do you think, Courtney?
Clearly her and Kanye have some sort of conflict.
Right.
Imagine how Kanye would act if Chris showed up and was like, why you call me Chris Jong-un? How that gonna go, Alex? Medication or not? Pastor and prayer or not? Girl,
yeah.
We be Chrissy on the back of the milk carton. Where Chrissy at? She missing, girl. So
exactly.
I'm glad that she's not there and the pastor's there instead.
Right. What's interesting is that, not interesting, but something we should note is that, Kanye and Kim also had issues. The issues are not just with Chris and him calling out Chris. So I think as any relationship should go, it should be between them. And of course, having the pastor there as kind of a mediator and bringing some faith into this kind of salvation of the marriage is very good for them. It's very important to Kanye. And they got to figure each other out before Chris gets involved. So I'm happy she isn't there. They got to figure out their relationship first if this is going to work. So, and then...
involved in relationships and marriages, Alex, or do you think they should mind their business and zip they lit?
I think there's a fine line. I think that, parents obviously have, interest in their children's relationships and they are allowed to have their own opinion. However, at the end of the day, it is between the people, the relationship, and they're going to provide input. They're going to give their opinion. I mean, that's never going to change. They love their child. They want the best for them. But like I said, it depends on what, sometimes they should just mind their business, to your point. But it comes from a lot. It's usually coming from a good place. So we have to remember that. But speaking of parents, moving on to Caitlyn Jenner. She's weighing in on Kanye's bid for the 2020 presidential campaign. She made headlines when she joked that she'd be up for running as Kanye's running mate. Caitlyn insisted on Good Morning Britain that she was just kidding around, but she shared that she supports Kanye in his endeavors. Courtney, can you imagine a presidential ticket with Kanye and Caitlyn? I mean...
No. I mean, yes, actually. It's 2020. Anything can happen. But you know what also can happen, Alex? I just want to let y'all know. Thankfully, Alex, I'm not trying to be out there and catch the Rona on election day, right, girl? So I gotta do one of them, the absentee ballot, girl. Girl, the little ballot form done came in last night. I'm so glad we talking about Kanye and Caitlyn, girl, because you know what you could do, y'all. Y'all could take that little form, fill it on out, send it, then they send you the ballot, girl, and then you could go and just drop it on up, girl. You ain't even gotta wait in no long line. You ain't even gotta be worried. You ain't gotta be worried about the discount, girl. Just go right in your little steel drop box. So I'm not worried about Kanye and Caitlyn because I know that I can control where my vote goes, and I hope that y'all hear this story and are reminded that y'all can rock the vote. Not to take it back to like
Exactly.
2008.
I know. Oh, bring back Rock the Vote. We need to bring back Rock the Vote. That was such a good time, MTV. All right. Anyway, back to the story. This, of course, is so 2020. This is the mood of 2020. This makes so much sense. Nothing surprises me anymore. We've seen stranger things happen in 2020. But as Courtney said, you can exercise your right to vote. If you haven't registered, go do it and make your voice heard. If you don't want to see Kanye and Caitlyn in the White House, we have the choice. So switching gears a bit. Exactly. We're coming up on the end of the show. So let's move on to this new news about Addison Rae launching a beauty brand. This brand debuts 6 products, all of which are with clean, cruelty-free ingredients. It will go on sale August 11th. So while discussing the launch, Addison praised Courtney and her family for being a huge source of inspiration to her. Of course, we've seen them hanging out way too much lately, and this may be kind of what was going on. She was getting a little mentorship, a little advice. Addison, for those that aren't TikTok fans, know she has an impressive 53.8 million followers behind her fellow teen TikTok star Charli D'Amelio, who has 76 million. So just a few weeks ago, she launched a new Spotify podcast with her mom, Sherry. Courtney and Addison started uploading these TikTok videos together several months ago. Since then, the two have been spotted regularly in paparazzi shots and Instagrams and TikToks taken at the Kardashians' home. So did Courtney create the biggest beauty industry competition for her sisters, Kim and Kylie? I mean, Addison has... Not. Right. I agree. I think Addison comes from the TikTok world, so it's like there's a different generation. This is Gen Z, whereas the Kardashians have, millennials and more of an older brand. Not that they don't have Gen Z fans, because they very much do, but they also, kids in this age, they want to look older. They want to be more glam. They want to look like the Kardashians. This cruelty-free is a very niche group of people. However, I still think it'll be successful because it's Addison's brand and celebrities and products, they work. What do you think, Courtney?
I'm not really concerned about the actual story, Alex. What I took away from it was, is Kourtney Kardashian best suited as an influencer manager? Because something that stood out with what you said was that her and Addison and Kourtney are hanging out way too much. And that's also something that the kids on Twitter are starting to take notice of. So I started to ponder in the little bit of brain I got, and I said, hold on. Is Kourtney maybe best suited? Like, she don't need to be in front of nobody's camera. Shout out to the stands of Kourtney. This ain't your moment. Maybe she needs to be someone's manager because she's maybe not been the best at it, but she certainly is with the best at it. So why not? And she could get a bag, and she don't have to be on the show, and she could just peek her head in on a TikTok, and Mason gets to grow his following all at the same time. So maybe she's not as dumb as I've been saying.
Right. I mean, it'll be interesting to see if they continue hanging out post the launch of this, or if this was all just, a little advice on creating this brand. It'll be interesting to see. I still think their relationship is so random. I don't understand. The only thing I see is maybe Mason has a little crush and Kourtney can facilitate that, right? That's all we're seeing.
That's probably what they met, right? It's through Mason. Because Mason had the messy TikTok where he was spilling the beans, girl, and then all of a sudden Addison was up in the gig.
Exactly. Christian in the chat says, Alex and Courtney, I'm watching from Denmark. Wow, Christian.
Shout out to Denmark.
Shout out to Denmark. That's so awesome. We're excited to have you. But we are coming to the end of the show, so let's get into our OMT story of the day because we got to talk about it. This news about Jake Paul being in hot water again. His home in Calabasas has been raided by the FBI. So it's currently being searched by the feds, and a search warrant has been issued to do so. We don't know why or what the authorities are looking for. However, a public affairs officer with the FBI in Los Angeles confirmed that a federal search warrant was executed in connection with an ongoing investigation. So Jake, of course, gets a lot of attention with his YouTube stunts, who are often documented on camera. But some of his pranks have landed him in hot water and legal hot water as well. TMZ is reporting this isn't a prank gone wrong, though. This is real. So the raid, of course, comes following Jake's arrest in Scottsdale in June. He was charged with criminal trespassing and unlawful assembly after he was videotaped looting at a mall during some of the Black Lives Matter protests. But in an open letter shared on Twitter in June, he denied participating in any of the looting that was taking place at the mall, claiming that he was merely there to document what was happening for his YouTube channel, but he wasn't part of any of the looting. We don't know if Jake was in the house at this time, if he's even there, or he may be somewhere else. But the latest update is whatever the feds were looking for apparently required a lot of backup and manpower because a small militia left his pad in armored trucks. So TMZ says there seems to have been at least 20 people or so on the ground executing this search warrant. What do we think is going on? Because this is crazy. You know, Jake is not a stranger to a controversy or being involved in things he shouldn't be involved with. But what do you think is happening, Courtney?
Alex, let me tell you something right now. I am so tired of the city that I live in being terrorized by this thug. I live in a very beautiful, quiet neighborhood, and I just feel like having this hoodlum out here constantly bringing the police to the area is just embarrassing. It's clear that the neighborhood definitely needs to open up their blinds. A couple nosy Miss Mabels need to be peeking through. You know, you got the nosy neighbors, girl, like me, girl.
They did. They filmed it.
Look, shout out to the nosy Miss Mabels of the world. This is a catastrophe. I don't want any type of that kind of hood activity. Keep that away from me because I'm minding my very peaceful, quiet business on this beautiful, gloomy day. And also, if what they were looking for was found, girl, lock him up and throw away the key. And while they're locking him up, girl, we need Akon's Locked Up playing in the background because they don't need to let him out. Goodbye, good night, and go. Ariana.
I know. I mean, this is breaking news, T-Tribe, so we are hot on the tea this morning. The story is still developing. I'm sure we will have some updates to this. But like you said, you know, what has he really done good? He keeps getting in trouble. And maybe, of course, that's part of his brand. You know, that is his thing, pulling stunts, getting in trouble. Of course, we know he also married Tana, but it wasn't legal. So he loves doing this. You know what I mean?
Alex and T-Tribe, y'all want to hear some good news? I'm going to give y'all some good news. Just because you done mentioned this is part of the story. Alex, T-Tribe, they done canceled Tana's show. Look at what the Lord do. Now, if you're at home right now, let's all clap together. Let's thank the Lord. Tana is gone. Alex, this is the best piece of news. Not because I dislike Tana, but hopefully her losing a bag can hopefully, I doubt it, help her look in the mirror and be like, maybe I should change some things. Because MTV is a huge opportunity. Lots of creators would have killed for that opportunity, and now it's gone. So, hey, it just goes to show here's on tomorrow, so Jake should watch out. You could lose it all tomorrow, Alex.
And he did. Remember, he was on Bizaardvark, the Disney show. He lost that show. I mean, this just shows you got to do the right thing. You can't break the law. I mean, there is a law. You're not above the law. And shout out to my fellow Calabasians that took the video because I like this whole neighborhood watch going on. We don't need this drama in Calabasas. We have enough drama with the Kardashians in Calabasas. So, Jake, you may need somewhere else to live because we don't want that there. You know,
don't come to my neighborhood either because I'm the nosiest.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Well, like we said, we'll keep following the story. We will have some updates tomorrow if we hear anything new. But this, I mean, he may deserve this. At this point, he thinks he's above the law. He thinks he's above the law. And I'm interested to see what they discover. But until then, that is all the tea, of course, we have to share on this. What Wesley say Wednesday. And sorry, Wesley, we didn't hear that much from you. So if you want to say anything quickly in the chat, let us know. But don't miss tomorrow's show. Our girl Naz Perez from Rotten Tomatoes will be back with our Watch With Us segment. We're going to get the lowdown on what to binge. We hope you had fun today. Let us know in the chat what your favorite story was and any other tea you'd love to see on the show, of course. I'm Alex Schiffman. You can follow me on all social media at Alex Schiffman. Courtney, where can they follow the revolution if they're new here?
If you're looking to follow me on social media as well as my own individual YouTube channel for more pop culture mess, you can find me at Courtney Revolution. Just take that there and type it up top.
Yes, and before we go, I also want to wish Jamie Arthur in the chat a happy birthday, who is watching. I just saw that. We didn't catch that, so happy birthday, Jamie. We hope you have a wonderful day. Yeah, and on that note, Courtney, why don't you take us out? And while Courtney's doing that, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and do all the things before you wash your hands. And we'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for Thick Thursday. And now it's time to wash your hands, Leo. You better wash your hands. Scrub your hands.